Welcome to Quantum Finance. My name is Parker, and this is our day trading recap for Thursday, January 18th. So in this video, we're going to go over my top trading opportunity from today, which was call options on Apple. But before that, we're going to take a look here at the SPY. So yesterday, we got that nice green hammer tail candle. Today, we had a gap up and a nice green day, pushing up here towards these previous highs back here from last week. If you look down here at the volume, as you can see, strong volume day today coming in. So we're here on the intraday chart of the SPY. If you look over here at the top right, we have the 15-minute. You can see that nice gap up. We kind of had a push off here at the open, but getting a big rejection here down towards yesterday's highs at about that 11:30 mark, getting a nice bounce here at about 1:30 for a very strong push up into the close, closing right here by Tuesday's highs. So the trade I like today was call options on Apple. If you look here at the daily chart on Apple, you can see it's been beaten down pretty good here in the past couple of weeks. It's been one of the tech stocks that has been underperforming, while the semiconductors like AMD and Nvidia have been ripping to all-time highs. When I go to the intraday chart here in a minute, you'll be able to see more of the fundamental technical indicators, as such as the 200-day moving average that we bounced off down here, and we have the 50-day. But if you look here, you can see that big gap down we got at the beginning of the year. We pushed up here and actually started getting into this gap. So hopefully maybe tomorrow or throughout next week, we will come up here and fill this gap and get some more strength on Apple. If you look down here at the volume, as you can see, a strong volume day today. So we're here on the intraday chart of Apple. I want to look down here at the bottom right. As you can see, we have the daily chart. You can see that 200-day moving average that I was talking about. We got a nice bounce off that level yesterday with a strong gap up above our trade line and above this previous high back here from last week. If you look over here at the 1 hour chart, you can get a better idea of that level. As you can see, this previous high right here, I have a line drawn from that level. So if you look up here at the 5-minute, you can see we got that push up, kind of struggled with it for a while before getting a break above it, pulled back, got a bounce off VWAP, consolidated. We had our trade lines come in, catch the bid before getting us a nice push up here to that gap down level. As you can see here on the 1 hour chart at the bottom left, I did draw a line from that gap. But yeah, on the 5-minute chart, you can see we did like this for an entry when we got that pullback into that level with that trade line VWAP cross coming in for a move up here towards that gap level. So we're here on the trade screen, the 3-minute chart here on Apple. You can see the entry here. I'm actually going to pull up these levels. So you can see that's that key level we were talking about, that previous high from last week. We did like this as the entry, as this trade line came in here and caught the bid, and we got that nice wick up. So I'm gonna pull the trades back up here. As you can see, we did get that nice entry right here. The first take profit as we extended up above this all-time high, or this previous high of the day. I didn't like this as a take profit because I did really like this chart, so I thought we would get a move up towards that gap level, which was right up here. So we did like this as our first take profit, as we kind of got a larger extension up above this previous high of the day, and our final take profit as we pushed up here into that key level. As you can see here, this was our final take profit. It did actually break above that, but we did catch the bulk of the move here with that final take profit here. We didn't like this in 3 tiers. I kind of just did 2-tier exit on this because I did think this was going to be a pretty major resistance level. And if you look here at our market internals, you can see we had a lot of weakness here in the market internals throughout the open, right? You can see here in the volume, we had more sell volume than buy volume. We had a ton of stocks that had a big gap up, but we're just kind of selling off the open. But if you look at Apple, we had a strong uptrend in Apple, right? You had Apple breaking above its high of the day and pushing up while we had negative market internals, right? So this was a way that I identified the strength in Apple, and another reason why I decided to get flat here instead of trying to hold a piece maybe for this 50-day moving average, because I did see all that weakness in the underlying market. The SPY and the Qs had were bullishly postured. As you can see here, we have the SPY and the Qs pulled up. If you look here at the 15-minute of the SPY, you can see we were bullishly postured, kind of holding the open here, and we had that trade line coming up. If you look here at the Qs, we also had the Qs with a massive gap up, gapping up above this key resistance level and kind of holding the open here. And as you can see, getting a push up. So we were bullishly postured on the price action, but we did have that underlying weakness in our internals. So I didn't think we would get too much continuation to the upside. And when we hit that 11:30 time mark, about here, the SPY and the Qs were running into resistance here. If you see the Qs, I have this key level drawn. This was at about that 11:30 mark. If you look on the daily chart over here, this is that previous high back here. So we had underlying weakness. So when we did run into overhead resistance in the overall market, we did get a pretty strong pullback. So we're back here on the trade screen. As you can see, when we hit that 11:30 resistance, we did get a pretty steep pullback. But I'll point out to the market internals here, you can see just the downtrend we had in the volume and our advancers and decliners. We got that reversal at about that 1 to 130 mark. And as you can see, Apple getting a very strong kind of V-bottom recovery trend reversal here. So this could have actually been another strong entry point on Apple as we broke that downtrend above VWAP, getting back above that trade line with a nice bullish reversal in the market internals. But we're back here on the SPY. Another nice green day today, really pushing up here towards these highs from last week, looking for that move to all-time highs. As you can see, not sitting very far away. These all-time highs about here at this 480 mark, and we're sitting at 476.50 right now. So not very far away from all-time highs. Nice strong green day coming in today. So we might get that move to all-time highs either tomorrow or maybe going into next week. But yeah, that'll do it for the video. Appreciate y'all watching, and I will talk to y'all later.